In this lesson, students will be able to create a number line model of equivalent fractions and recognize fractions at the same point on the number line as equivalent. What this means is that students will be able to name a mark on a number line with more than one name. For example, the mark in the middle of 0 and 1 on my number line can be labeled 1/2 or 2/4, because if I divide my segment into 4 equal pieces, the mark in the middle would be the second mark, or the second fourth. In earlier lessons, students have worked with manipulatives to develop concrete understanding of fractions. We could show our number line segments with Cuisenaire rods, where the two dark green rods, each representing 1/2 of the whole, and the light green rods, each representing 1/4 of the whole. Moving from using manipulatives like Cuisenaire rods to using a number line is moving from concrete and tangible representation to the abstract or symbolic representation of fractions. Our goal is that students will understand fractions as numbers. Today's lesson introduced the number line as a tool for modeling fractions. A number line has arrows at each end to signify that it is a line, and when working with fractions, we can make a tick mark at both ends, labeling the one on the left as a 0 and the right tick mark as 1. 1/2 on the number line is considered a benchmark number. The students need to understand that it lies in between or in the middle of the 0 and the 1. Remember our dark green rods, where each one represented 1/2 of the whole? The denominator in a fraction names how many pieces there are in the whole. So the fraction 1/2 is stating that there are 2 pieces in our whole. Earlier, we segmented our line into fourths. We used the light green rods and noted that 1/2 was equal to 2/4. The 4 in the fraction, 2/4, signified that there were 4 pieces or segments on our number line as part of the whole. Looking at another number line, we'll begin by marking our 0 and 1. Next, we'll divide our segments into thirds and mark 0/3, 1/3, 2/3, and 3/3. The student may also think about 3 violet Cuisenaire rods. Making a connection between their hands-on experience will help to develop a deeper understanding of fractions. At this point, we have 2 equivalents shown. 0 is equivalent to 0/3, and 1 is equivalent to 3/3. But there are other equivalent fraction names that can be shown. Let's divide our number line by 6. I'll begin at 0 and then place a tick mark between the 0 and 1. Our red Cuisenaire rod helps us see that 1/6 is half of 1/3. We can continue to place tick marks on our number line in between our thirds and label them 1/6, 2/6, 3/6, 4/6, 5/6, and 6/6. We have many equivalent fractions to name at this point. 1/3 is equivalent to 2/6, 4/6 is equivalent to 2/3, and 6/6 is equivalent to 3/3, and 1. I have used the Cuisenaire rods to help make our equivalent fractions visible or more easily identifiable. We will know a student is successful when he or she understands and can explain that a denominator names the number of pieces in a whole and is able to draw a number line with the correct number of segments and accurately label the fractions. They will also be able to correctly segment and accurately label equivalent fractions without the assistance of manipulatives.